Host on camera, energetic. Alright, buckle up. Today we're doing a deep, no fluff walkthrough of two headline grabbers, the 2025 Nissan Nismo GT-R R39 era and Toyota's emerging GT Super project. I'll take you through the looks, the colors, the tech, and the driving DNA, starting with the skin, the exterior design and color options. Let's go. Cut to slow pan of Nissan. Nissan's latest GT-R evolution keeps that trademark, wide-shouldered stance but sharpens it for modern aero and cooling demands. Up front the face is lower and more purposeful, a wider, lower bumper opening and integrated canards with a pronounced splitter that funnel air precisely to the twin turbochargers and big brake ducts. The bonnet has purposeful vents that aren't just for show, they help manage under-hood temperatures on repeat hot laps. The flanks are sculpted with deeper side skirts, flowing into muscular rear haunches that visually shorten the overhangs and give a planted, race-bred silhouette. Out back you still get the familiar quad circular tails, but the diffuser and spoiler geometry are significantly more aggressive and functional, tuned for measurable downforce rather than just drama. The overall visual language is a refinement of GT-R DNA, familiar proportions, modernized aero and a no-compromise posture on track. Quick cut to color swatches and wheel close-ups. Let's talk paints and wheels because GT-R buyers treat color like part of the spec sheet. Nissan's 2025 palette spans everything from stealthy deep blacks and pearlescent whites to revival heritage shades, think midnight purple and millennium jade, which nod to the model's cult past. Nismo and limited trims often get exclusive finishes, unique metallics, sharply contrasted pinstripes, or multi-stage clearcoats that shift subtly under light. Wheels are a big part of the look. Raise-forged options, exposed carbon fiber wheel arch packs, and gold or bronze finishes on the high-spec editions turn the car from menacing to museum-worthy. Carbon winglets, exposed carbon roofs and visible weave door mirrors are common factory options that let you dial the aesthetic from stealth bomber to full race livery. Switch to Toyota B-roll, camouflage prototypes driving footage. Now Toyota's GT Super, still emerging from prototype and concept stages, is playing a different, more classical supercar hand. From the test mules we've seen, Toyota appears to favor long hood, short deck GT proportions, a low, swept nose, a cabin tucked back on the chassis, and strong, sculpted shoulders over the rear wheels. The front fascia is less, barrage of intakes and more, engineer's statement. Large, purposeful inlets that look like they feed a serious power plant and an underbody designed to create ground effect. The rear is athletic and taut, often with full-width aero surfaces and an integrated diffuser. Unlike the GT-R's more muscular look, the GT Super reads more like a sculpted, precise GT, elegance married to aggression. Cut to CGI color renders of Toyota concept. Paint and livery choices for Toyota's newcomer are still evolving, but prototypes typically use a mix of muted and bold liveries. Expect curated launch colors that accentuate the car's surfacing, deep metallics to highlight reflections and sharp creases, plus vivid race hues on competition variants to underline Toyota's motorsport intent. Toyota will likely offer bespoke packs too: carbon trim, racing stripes, contrasting brake calipers and factory race liveries for buyers who want a track-ready look straight from the showroom. Host returns, hands animated. Alright. Visuals covered. Let's put some meat on the bones. What these cars are underneath matters as much as how they look. Graphics. Nissan spec. Bullets. Nissan's Nismo GT-R in 2025 is a continuation of the firm's high-performance philosophy, a hand-assembled twin-turbo V6, aggressive tuning by Nismo, and a sophisticated all-wheel drive system that channels the power confidently to the pavement. Nismo variants push output into the upper mid-500s to around 600 horsepower in certain highly tuned trims. Hardware highlights include carbon ceramic brakes for fade-free stopping, Nismo-tuned dampers and springs, and lightweight forged wheels to reduce unsprung mass. The GT-R still balances brutal straight-line thrust with a chassis that rewards committed cornering. It's a car designed to be fast everywhere, not just on a drag strip. Graphics. Toyota Bullets. Toyota's GT Super project looks to be the challenger, big GT proportions with a race mindset. Early signs point to a front-engine layout in some variants, possibly a high-revving V8 or a hybridized powertrain for the top models, and heavy involvement from Gazoo Racing. That involvement is a huge clue. Expect race-derived aerodynamics, adjustable damper systems, and steering tune for driver feedback. Toyota seems to be developing parallel road and competition specs, which could mean a more circuit-focused buyer experience out of the box for select trims. Cut to split screen. Interiors and aero. Inside, both cars trend toward driver-centered simplicity, bolstered sport seats, minimalist center stacks, and interfaces that prioritize telemetry and performance data over flashy gimmicks. Expect quality materials: Alcantara, exposed carbon, forged aluminum switches, but with a clear hierarchy, function over frills. Aerodynamically, both machines use active elements, spoilers and diffusers that evolve with speed and driving mode, plus underbody management to control lift without sacrificing top speed. Host leans in, conversational. Buyer notes and real-world thinking. The GTR is the matured, proven option. Nissan has decades of iterative knowledge with the GTR line, which means predictable servicing paths, a huge aftermarket, and a known performance envelope. The GT Super, conversely, is the intriguing unknown. It may offer a fresher driving character, closer ties to factory racing, and potential high emotional value, but it will come with more waiting and fewer established aftermarket options at launch. Cut to exterior detail montages. To recap the exterior and color highlights, Nissan hands you an expansive, heritage-rich palette and factory aero that can dramatically shift personality via wheels and carbon packs. Toyota's newcomer will likely debut with a tighter, more curated set of colors that showcase sculptural form, plus factory race liveries that shout pedigree. Either way, paint and aero choices change more than looks. They shape resale, track suitability and owner identity. Final on-camera close. So which one should you keep an eye on? If you want proven, refined speed in an established ecosystem, the Nismo GTR is a finishing school for high-speed driving. If you want tomorrow's wildcard, a Toyota GT built with Gazoo racing DNA and the possibility of wild factory race variants, the GT Super could redefine Japanese supercar expectations. Drop a comment. Midnight Purple GTR or Race Red Toyota GT Super? Smash like if you want a spec-by-spec deep dive next, subscribe for on-track testing, and I'll see you at the next lap. End slate with channel logo and CTA.